The 2023 Formula One season is almost upon us. And before we got into pre-season testing, I wanted to put some predictions down on paper, so to speak, of what I think is going to happen in the 2023 season. I've got around 9 categories that I'm going to touch on, including the World Champion. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with the biggest team improvement. And for this, I've gone for Aston Martin. There's been a lot of rumblings, rumours over the winter that Aston Martin have made a big jump. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But for Fernando Alonso's sake, I hope it is true, because he has a tendency to make really bad career choices, and he's jumped ship from Alpine. It'll be really frustrating for him if they've made a leap and Aston Martin haven't. But I'm going with Aston Martin. Biggest team deterioration. I've gone for McLaren. Now, I might live to regret this, because they have done a shakedown of their car now, and it didn't look too bad, but there's something about their launch and the way that they've been speaking says to me that they're really not very confident of doing well. And so I think they're going to actually take a step backwards this year. Biggest flop. Maybe flop is a hard word for this, and maybe it's a little bit unfair, but I've gone for Logan Sargeant. He is obviously going to be the rookie. He's going to be the least experienced driver on the grid. And he's against a teammate that is really experienced now in Alex Albon. And I'm just not sure Logan Sargeant's going to be up to the task. Williams have a tendency to go for drivers that maybe aren't the top tier caliber, because they're just not a top tier caliber team anymore. I worry that Logan Sargeant is going to struggle. Which also leads me on to most accident prone. Logan Sargeant. I mean, this isn't really a slight on him as a driver whatsoever, but these cars are hard to drive, and we've seen even the most experienced drivers making mistakes. It's going to be his rookie year. He's likely going to make mistakes, so I've gone for him. I've also gone for a couple of interesting categories. The first one being the worst race. What is going to be the worst race of 2023? Now, we're hoping there won't be any really bad races, but there's obviously going to be a couple. Last year, we had quite a lot of snore-fest races, it has to be said. I've gone with Spain, for no other reason than I'm not a big fan of the track, and I don't really think that any changes to that last chicane are going to make it a better experience. So what about the best race? Well, I've gone for Abu Dhabi, only because of optimism. I am hoping that the season is going to go to the finale. I'm hoping we're not going to have a season like 2022, where Max or any other driver runs away with it. I'm hoping we can go down to the last race and it's a fair outcome at the end. So I'm hoping Abu Dhabi is going to be the best race. And quickly, before we get on to the winner of the World Championship, how many safety cars are there going to be? Completely random. Can't really tell you. I'm going for 8. So who do I think will be the 2023 Formula One World Champion? I'm going to start by saying I think it could be any number of drivers. I'm doing this before pre-season testing. We don't know how strong Ferrari are going to be with the new engine. We assume Red Bull are going to be right up there. They already had a great car last year. Have Mercedes clawed something back? Something tells me that if Ferrari get their engine going as they are expecting to get it going this year, and are able to run it at full tilt without any reliability concerns, that I think the champion is going to be Charles Leclerc. We'll have to wait and see. So last but not least, what about the Constructors' Championship? Oddly, I've gone for Mercedes. Something is just telling me that Mercedes are going to be slow and steady, and for some reason, they're going to edge out the Constructors. I know it's wild, but let's check back at the end of the season and see how many I got right.